Welcome back, everybody. It's the Seed to Table Fall program, and we're glad that you've returned. Today is a beautiful day here at the Rec Center, and we are going to be showing you how to grow a fall garden in the grow bag that you received back in June, where you planted your summer garden. And we have a new member of our team, and her name is Katie, and she's our new horticultural therapy intern. And we're so blessed to have Katie with us, and she's going to show you how to plant your fall garden and transition your grow bag garden from a summer garden into a fall garden. So everybody, let's welcome Katie.
So nice to meet you virtually. So we have a really fun job today. We are going to plant our fall garden in our grow bags. But first of all, we have to get rid of all the leftover plants from your summer garden. You should have received a box full of some goodies. So I'm gonna show you what we have. You'll have some romaine lettuce. You will have 4 sugar snap pea plants and some kale. Now you will also have a bag, and inside there are some lettuce seeds. In one tub we have radish seeds. They are labeled. Some arugula seeds. And 2 little signs to help you remember what you planted, where you planted them, and some gloves. You will also have a bag of fertilizer. So this is really important because we want your plants to grow big and strong and healthy, so that's going to help feed the soil. First job you're going to do is put on your gloves, because that fertilizer can irritate your hands, it can irritate your skin. So we don't want that. Pop on our gloves. Now if you don't want to wear these disposable gloves, maybe you have your own gardening gloves. Totally fine. So now I have a bucket right here to help me, but maybe you have a paper bag or a bowl, that would be just fine. So your first job is to take out your old plants, shake off any of the soil that's left behind, give it a little rub and a bit of a shake, and we're gonna get rid of those. Hopefully you had great harvests. These were old pepper plants, but they are done. Now sometimes it can be really sad when maybe you have a few tomatoes left over, but if you don't put your fall garden in now, then you won't get a harvest. So you can thank the plants. All right. And the last one. Now you can see here that my grow bag got a little droopy. So to help support it, you can do a few things. I just gathered some twigs I found around the yard, and I'm gonna pop them down just to kind of help support the edges. Now maybe you don't have any sticks, but maybe you've got some old paint sticks lying around, so they will do exactly the same job. Or if we're really fancy, maybe you have some metal stakes around. Apparently I don't. Oh, here we go. You could use the metal stake, and the same thing. Pop it in the soil just to support the sides. Okay. Our next job is to get our bag of fertilizer. We're going to open it up and sprinkle it evenly all the way through our soil. I'm then going to get my trowel, and I'm going to dig it in, because our soil gave all of its nutrients to our summer plants. So now we're kind of giving some back so they can feed our fall plants. Okay. Now, if you don't have a trowel, that's okay. You can just use your fingers. So I'm gonna kind of massage it all in, give it a good mix. And when I'm done, I'm gonna leave it so it's nice and flat. Okay, now the best part. I'm gonna get my plants. Now, you have a lot of plants here and they are not all gonna fit in. So you have to make a choice. Hopefully you have some containers around or a good area in your yard that you can plant your extras. So if you refer to your planting guide, now this is my picture and this is what I chose, but you can make it look however you'd like. So here I chose 2 lettuce plants, I chose 2 kale plants, and all of the sugar snap peas. So I'm going to lay it out so I kind of know where I want to pop them. So I'm going to keep my lettuce together. They need about 18 inches apart so they have room to spread. I'm going to choose 2 kale plants. So for now I'm going to just pop one out. I'm not going to plant it, I just kind of want to pop it in the right spot. There we go, pop one there. And I'll pop one next to him. Okay, now I'm going to plant all of my sugar snap peas. They will grow nicely in a little bush and kind of help support each other. So I'm just going to put this here. Now, I think I'm happy with how that's going to look. So I'm going to take my trowel. Now again, if you haven't got a trowel, you could use an old wooden spoon. Just make sure that your adult in your family is happy with you using it. Okay, I'm going to dig a hole the depth of my pot. All right, now I'm going to gently squeeze my pot and pull him out, and then place him in my hole and tuck it in. Okay, great. And I'm just going to do the same with my other plants. There we go. Now, be careful when you're holding your plants, not to hold them at the edges of the leaves, because that's kind of really fragile. You kind of want to get them hold right at the root ball and at the base of your plants. So, here's my kale. Pop it down just a little bit. So okay. And now for my I might dig kind of a bigger hole for all 4 of them. I'm just going to kind of lay them out before I tuck them all in. Okay. Tuck this guy in here. Kind of didn't give it enough. I made it too deep. That's no good. Okay, my last one. There we go. Now, this is going to be great. So our next job is to plant some seeds. So refer to your guide as to how deep you want your seeds to be planted. So for example, our lettuce seeds, our salad mix, they only need 1/8 of an inch, which is really If I just scrape the soil and make a little ridge, that's probably how deep 1/8 of an inch is. I'm going to plant some radishes. Radishes, you can plant a little deeper, a 1/2 inch. So I'm just going to make a little hole with my finger. I'm going to give about 3 inches apart, I think. Again, refer to your planting guide. Now this can be tricky with gloves on because they're tiny. So you're going to pick up a few seeds and sprinkle them in each hole. Now, as you can see, one didn't fall into my hole, not the end of the world. There we go. That are my radish seeds. Now, my radishes in, I'm going to choose arugula for my next one. So arugula, if I check my seed guide, they need to be 1/4 of an inch deep. So I'm going to space some arugula in between my kale and my sugar snap peas. I'm going to pop this here so I remember. Making sure that you pick up the right. Same thing, these are even tinier than the radish seeds. So I'm going to sprinkle a few in my hole. And then I'm going to cover them up. All right. So now that we've planted the garden, we have a few more things to do. We're going to water it. Don't drown the plants. Just a little sprinkle, definitely where you put your seeds, but also kind of at the base of your plants, because the roots are the areas of the plant that want the drink. The leaves don't want the drink. So throughout the season, make sure that your plants get too dry. Now you're going to kind of take a step back and watch it grow. The other thing we're going to watch out for are bugs. Now I know back in June you received some information about good bugs and bad bugs. So the good bugs are things like ladybugs and praying mantis. But the bad bugs that you might see in your garden are little slugs. They enjoy the lettuce. And you may even see the cabbage looper bug because they're going to like the kale. So if you do see any of those bugs, you can pick them off and pop them in soapy water, and that will get rid of the problem. So, you've watched your garden grow and now it's time to harvest. You need to wait until the beans, the peas are nice and fat before you harvest. And you can just pinch them at the top when they're ready. The lettuce, you're going to wait till the whole head is a bit bigger and you're going to snip them at the bottom just above the root and you can eat the whole thing. The kale's also going to get much larger. Now, this rib will become nice and big and fat, but it doesn't taste that good. So you can snip it off with a pair of scissors and you can even cut out the rib and it'll be delicious. Now we'll know that our radishes are ready when you see the nice red shiny circle popping up through the soil. It'll be about an inch round. The salad mix, you're going to be able to just snip the leaves off when they're ready. And you can just drop them in salad. All right. Well, good luck with your fall grow bag garden. We hope you have a lot of success. Do send us pictures. We'd love to see how your garden grew. Thank you so much.